All right, welcome to day 6. Today we're talking about building the single most important structure in your entire financial life. We're talking about your defensive wall. This is the absolute non-negotiable foundation that you have to lay before you even think about playing offense with your money. So let's get into it. So let me ask you a question. Are you ready to invest like a professional? To really get in there and find those amazing opportunities to build some serious wealth? Of course you are. That's why you're here. And that ambition is exactly what we're going to channel today. But, and this is the crucial part, the very first step to investing like a pro has nothing to do with picking winners. Nope, it's all about making sure you can never be forced to lose. It's about learning to think about defense.
And this really gets to the heart of the difference between the amateur and the professional investor. It all boils down to one thing: offense versus defense.
This quote just says it all, doesn't it? Amateurs are always chasing the thrill, right? How much can I make? But professionals, well, they're obsessed with something else entirely. How much can I protect? Because they know that's the only way to stay in the game long enough to win. Let's break this down. You've got the amateur on one side. They're fueled by hype, by excitement, by speculation. They're always hunting for the next Bitcoin, that one magic ticket. But then look at the professional. They're playing a completely different game. Their goal isn't excitement, it's tranquility. They protect their capital and manage risks so they can make calm, rational decisions no matter what.
So why are we hammering this home so much? Why is this defensive mindset so absolutely critical? Well, because without it, you are completely exposed to one of the most common and devastating traps in finance: the forced self-catastrophe.
Let me walk you through how this nightmare unfolds, because I bet you know someone this has happened to. So you put all your spare cash into a stock you really believe in. Great. Then the market has a bad week. No big deal, right? You're in it for the long haul. But then, bam, life happens. Your car dies, and you need $2,000 like yesterday. With no cash anywhere else, what's your only option? You have to sell your stock at the worst possible time, turning what was just a temporary dip into a real, painful, permanent loss.
This exact situation is what wipes people out. It's the ultimate test that weeds out the amateurs. So the question is, how do you make yourself completely immune to this kind of disaster? Well, the answer is your defensive wall. We call it an emergency fund, but I really want you to think of it as something more. It's your psychological shield. It is the one tool that gives you total mental tranquility when chaos is swirling all around you. So let's be crystal clear on what this is. An emergency fund is cash. It is not in stocks, it's not in crypto, it's not tied up anywhere. It's sitting in a separate, boring, easy-to-access savings account, and its only job is to cover 3 to 6 months of your absolute bare-bones living expenses if everything goes sideways. It is your financial life support system. And listen, we have to be incredibly strict about its purpose. This money is for true, genuine emergencies. You lose your job, you get hit with a crazy medical bill, your roof starts leaking. That's it. It is absolutely not for a vacation. It is not for a new laptop, and it is not for a down payment on a house. You have to guard the purpose of this fund like a fortress. And here's the real magic. This is that neuro fitness benefit we keep talking about. When you have this fund, a massive market crash becomes, well, just an interesting event. It's not a terrifying one. You can watch your portfolio drop 30% and feel totally calm because you know your life is secure for the next 6 months. You are never, ever forced to sell out of desperation. Now, I know exactly what a lot of you are thinking right now. It is the single most common objection we hear from every sharp, ambitious person who starts this journey. This, right here, this thought. Why on earth would I have all this cash just sitting here doing nothing? It's losing value every single day. I should invest it and make it work for me. I get it, I really do. But you have to recognize that voice. That's the amateur inside you trying to play offense when it's time for defense. You have to fight that impulse. And the way you fight it is with a powerful mental reframe. Think about it. An investment's job is to grow your wealth. You expect high returns. But what's the job of insurance? Its job is to protect you from catastrophe. And what do you expect from it? Peace of mind. Your emergency fund, it doesn't belong in the investment column. It belongs squarely in the insurance column. Let me say that again because it's probably the most important thing you'll hear today. Your emergency fund is not an investment. It is an insurance policy. It's the best one you will ever buy. So yeah, maybe over a year, this cash loses a couple of percentage points of purchasing power to inflation. That's the so-called cost of holding it. But that's not a loss. It's not. It's the insurance premium you're paying. It is the small, tiny price you pay for the absolutely priceless benefit of financial security and mental tranquility. It is the fee you pay to sleep soundly at night, no matter what the market is doing.
Okay, so that's the why. Now for the most important part, your mission. This is what you need to do right now before you take another single step on your investment journey.
Here is your plan for today. Step 1. Calculate your survival number. What is the bare-bones minimum amount of money you need to cover your rent, your bills, and your food each month? Step 2. Multiply that number by 3. That's your first target. And step 3, and I mean this is a direct order. You build this wall first. You do not buy a single stock, you don't touch crypto, you do nothing else until this fund is complete.
This is not optional. It is your absolute #1 priority. Remember the professional mindset. Defense always comes before offense. Go build your wall.
And as you're calculating that survival number, I want you to start thinking about every dollar you spend. What is the true cost of that purchase? Tomorrow, we're going to dive deep into the invisible price tag that's on everything you buy. We're going to explore the incredibly powerful concept of opportunity cost. See you then.